don't know when my nights became so complicated. Can't recall my mornings, everything is faded. Maybe this is karma, definition of jaded. This stays on my mind, this stays on my mind. Trying to put
7 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. I hope everyone has had an amazing day today. Today we are doing a video that is basically a hot topics conversation. This is something that I saw over on TikTok, and I wanted to ask you guys the question and get some insight about it. I want you guys to tell me what you think about it. So we're going to sit back, relax, and we are going to enjoy the conversation. There is a woman who, well, let's just put the video up. I'm going to play the video in its entirety, and then I'll go back and play it again and enter my commentary. And from there, we will make a decision as far as what we think. Now, I am going to speak on what I think, and then I hope that in the comments you guys will do the same. We're going to have one of these conversations just as often as I see a trending topic worth talking about. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the video. Also, guys, be sure to hit the like button. If you are not following this channel, go ahead, please, and follow my channel. And I will see. This is a new channel for me, so I'm trying to grow the channel. So yeah, be sure you guys do that, and so we can move on up to the east side.
For child support after she went in for a C-section and also requested that she have her tubes tied during the operation. The doctor allegedly forgot to tie her tubes, but still billed her and told her the procedure had been done. A few years later, she took a trip to France to celebrate her divorce and enjoy some French action, only to come back pregnant. She returned to her OBGYN asking how she could be pregnant if her tubes were tied, and he insisted he had done the procedure, calling the pregnancy a divine miracle baby. Not trusting that explanation, she went to a new OBGYN who performed a scan and told her her tubes were not tied at all. She has since given birth and is now suing the original OBGYN, saying her extracurricular activities in France should not have resulted in a baby, and since they did, and she believes it was his fault, he should pay child support. This could become a landmark case in Texas, as no one has ever attempted to sue a non-parent for child support before. A Dallas woman is suing her OBGYN for child support after she went in for a C-section.
Okay, so you guys heard that. So now let's play it again, and I will stop and talk as things go by.
And also requested that she have her tubes tied during the operation. The doctor allegedly forgot to tie her tubes, but still billed her and told her the procedure had been done.
Now, my question is, really, dude? Like, why? Okay, you forgot. He didn't have to say, "Oh, I forgot," but he definitely should have told her. Another thing is, most of the time when there's a surgery, you have your surgical tech, you have and several different types of nurses. There should have been a nurse in the surgery that kind of went along and made notes as they went down the procedure of what's going on. Why didn't they remind him that the tubes were not tied? And if they weren't, why not just say that they weren't or not put it on there?
A few years later, she took a trip to France to celebrate her divorce and enjoy some French action, only
Now that was a lot going on, honey. You just throwing it out there like that.
To come back pregnant.
Honey, what was your other children's?
She returned to her OBGYN asking how she could be pregnant if her tubes were tied, and he insisted he had done the procedure, calling the pregnancy a divine miracle baby.
Now, what in the hell? Like, that was the most ridiculous thing I think that I have heard. Oh, it's a divine miracle, baby. What exactly is that? But nonetheless, he probably, because let's be honest, doctors wait on a lot of patients. So maybe he insisted that he did it because he billed for it.
Not trusting that explanation, she went to a new OBGYN who performed a scan and told her her tubes were not tied at all.
So for me, that just raises a lot of implication. That means that she definitely should have um, sued him for being dishonest, if nothing else, because not only did he say he did it, insist that he did it, but he charged her for it.
She has since given birth and is now suing the original OBGYN, saying her extracurricular activities in France should not have resulted in a baby, and since they did, and she believes it was his fault, he should pay child support. This could become a landmark.
Now, this is my thing. I'm assuming that this is the young lady in the video. Baby, what else going on with her? Because this don't look like just no regular pregnancy. But back to the matter at hand. Uh, I could see suing for, the unethical practices, but child support? And I wonder how this gonna go.
Case in Texas, as no one has ever attempted to sue a non-parent for child support before. A Dallas
So, for me, I feel like um I don't know. I guess you literally can sue for anything. So there's that. I don't think that I would think about suing for child support. I think that I would sue for, I guess when you think of it, it is child support because I would not only sue for what he did, sue for the unethical practices, but I would feel that the hospital or somebody should create some type of settlement because now I have a responsibility that I wouldn't have had. But here's the thing, that's going to be hard to prove because what if he did tie her tubes and they did become untied? I get that in this example, the tubes were not tied, but had they been tied, there are a lot of people who had their tubes tied and still ended up having other children. So in order for them to pay on the premise of child support for a child that she shouldn't have had, they would have to exhaust the fact that it would be impossible for the tubes to have become untied and that the only way she could have an additional child is the doctor's negligence. And there's no way that they can prove that. So I would definitely sue for the unethical practice. I would sue for him lying to me. I would sue for what they charged my insurance for the cost of the tubes being tied plus interest. And to be honest, that should be enough to take care of the child. So that's my take on this situation. I definitely want to get you guys' take. Tell me what you think about this situation. It's very interesting to say the least. Now, here's a few of the comments that I see over here. I agree with her. It was the OBGYN's fault. He was negligent and did not care. Then there's a response and even tried to gaslight her. That's fair. You can't sue for child support. You need to sue for negligence, surely. That's what I said. Malpractice and fraud, yes. Child support, no. Okay. Someone else says, I hope she wins. Sophie Loves said, I read the case. Opinion was delivered in 2024, and the court stated that she was only legally required to receive a refund of the procedure and economic damages designed to compensate for injuries proximately caused by the negligence. But precedent cases of Texas does not permit child support as a recovery. This should be a Supreme Court reviewed case, in my opinion. So she was only entitled to receive a refund. I'm sorry, I disagree, because he lied and said that he did something that he did not do. That's an unethical practice. It's fraudulent, or at least deceptive, and he would need to pay me for that. Also, they said that she should get a refund. I feel like that a refund plus interest on that money is what she should get, because they paid money in to a company who was able to utilize that money moving forward. So with that being the case, I feel like they are eligible not only for the refund but interest on that. If you have a case with the IRS, you filed your income tax, and it takes them an extended period of time to receive, it takes you an extended period of time to receive your money from the IRS, they pay you interest. Same thing you should get here. But it's unfortunate. They said that she was not eligible for additional money. Now, one of the responses on that is, yes, suing for child support was the wrong move. She should have sued for damages. Breach of contract, that too. So glad in Germany they have to pay child support in those cases. Wow. Dang, that's interesting. So if you live in Germany and this same instance happened to you, the um, they have to pay child support. Now, what if I was her? I would find an attorney who was willing to do the research in Germany to find out what made them decide to give child support in that instance, and see if you can explore that and argue that in the local court to see if you can change the precedent in Texas. But yeah, I would definitely appeal it, and I would use the Germany case as the reason for appeal, because she definitely wouldn't have had the kid. And then when she went to the doctor, he insists that he did the job. So, anyway, guys, tell me in the comments how you feel about this, what you think about it, and do you think she deserves child support? Do you think she deserves negligence? Just give me your 2 cents on how you feel. We will continue the conversation in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one.